Hello friends, you all must have seen my previous video on GST as GST part 1. Today in this video we are going to talk about the further progress which GST has taken. So this video is GST part 2. So in the last video we had covered up to the passing of the GST bill by both the houses. Thereafter 15 states they ratified the bill, and then the president gave his assent and formed the GST council, because that 15 states and president assent was the prerequisite. So once the GST council has been constituted, so GST Act is complete. The role of the GST council is to decide about the rates of the GST, one rate all over the country, to decide about various rules and regulations of state GST, central GST and IGST, that is integrated GST, to decide about the threshold limit for covering people under GST, and also to decide about the control of the states and the central on the GST, and then to frame complete rules, regulations, everything. So GST Council is today most powerful body for the implementation of GST in India. The government resolve is that we will introduce GST from 1st April 2017. So after the formation of GST Council had two meetings. One important success was to decide about the threshold limit for the GST. So 20 lakhs rupees, Indian rupee, is the minimum limit below which people will not be covered under GST, and for the northeastern and some other states it is 10 lakhs. So this was a major milestone achieved. The second one was the control, the audit, the inspections. So it is decided that up to 1.50 crores, 150 lakhs of only GST in the manufacturing sector, not in the service sector, will be in under the domain of states, and all other things will be under the dual control mechanism, but under one body, which will be decided by the states and center by GST Council. The rules about the payment of taxes, the refund, the form of returns, etc., have been decided more or less as per the statement given by the finance minister. So in the next rounds of the meeting, most important is GST rates and the classification of goods coming under GST, because all these taxes, which we narrated in the first video itself, will be subsumed into one GST tax. So which is the item which is exempt, which is to be excluded, will have to be decided along with the rates, and many other issues which the GST Council has to resolve. One important issue is a presentation came from the Commerce Ministry that the exporters should be exempt from the GST, because instead of first making the payment and then going for refund, it's very cumbersome. Secondly, it involves large amount of working capital. Similarly, the major challenge is how to train the people. I mean, they need to train almost about 60,000 people for GST implementation, and as per the information available till now, hardly 3,500 to 4,000 people have been trained. Then many issues of the states But yes, a lot of progress has been done well within the time. I'll repeat about them. GST Council has been constituted. Yes, one thing I would like to tell, the composition of GST Council here. The composition is that the finance minister of the country will be the chairman. The minister of state, one minister of state for finance will be one of the other member. All finance ministers of the, I think, 29 states will be the member and 2 union territory representatives. So this is, this is how the GST Council has been constituted. Now coming back to challenges, as I said, to train the people, to change the mindset, to develop the software, which is again that GST network, which is in a different company in which government has a major stake. That company has to also gear up fully. It will be a massive exercise because whatever you buy, sell, or whatever services you render or avail will all have to be taxed except that threshold limit of 20 lakhs or 10 lakhs. So it's a massive exercise which, looking at the resolve of the government, I am confident we will achieve the deadline. But recently in one of the conferences, one top lawyer of this country said that she has doubts about its implementation on 1st April 2017 and it may take some more time. I think this is good enough for this video. We will bring back to you further development in the GST part 3. Thank you. Have a nice day.